Thank you for joining my new YouTube show called Repurpose, Reuse, and Flip It. I'm your host, Jackie Pizzini, coming to you live from Cumberland, Virginia. Thank you so much for joining, and thank you so much for taking time to look at my show and see what I'm doing and what I'm all about. I started flipping maybe only a few months ago, but the one thing that got me started was my grandfather. Back in the day, he used to go to the dump and he would bring home all kinds of lawnmowers. He would paint those things up and give everybody a 30-day warranty. And you know what? Nobody came back with a problem. But he had more people that came back and wanted more mowers. That was amazing. I always thought that was cute. So I guess in my day, I've always enjoyed going to flea markets. I love it. I love going to thrift stores. I love going to yard sales. It's just something about it that intrigues me. And I'm sure that's what many of you do. You all do the same thing. Well, what I would like to show you is things that I'm going to be repurposing and things that I think that should stay out of the landfill. And I think that you yourself can become creative and talented just like me. And you can do something great with all of these things that you find. But I want to tell you some of the things that I will be doing. I will be going to thrift stores and I'll be showing you how to repurpose items that are sitting on thrift store shelves. I've spoken with managers of thrift stores, and they've all told me the same thing. If we don't sell it in 2 weeks, we pack it up and we put it inside of a 53-foot truck and we ship it right back to China. That's sad. That's really sad. We shouldn't have to ship anything back to China. Why do we need to take junk and just keep wasting gasoline and hauling stuff back and forth? Folks, let's go into the thrift store and see what we can do to get these things off the shelf. Buy it cheap, offer the manager a lower price, whatever you got to do. Another thing I like to do, too, is I like to travel, and I do travel to North Carolina about 3 days a week. I will show you yard sales and flea markets and also thrift stores there in North Carolina. The biggest one that I want to go to now is Eastern Market in Washington, D.C. That is a place that looks like it has a lot, and that is actually on the internet. So, what can I do to help you to get motivated? What can I do to make you stay inspired? Well, I would like to show you how I started, and that is, I ended up going to a lady's house one day, and I wanted to make a do-it-yourself chicken coop. What did she do? This lady, she offered me an old antique dresser that I was going to turn into a chicken coop. It didn't happen. I didn't do it. I found out it was cheaper just to go ahead and buy what I needed and make a chicken coop, but I'm not ready to do that yet. So she happened to speak to me and she said, well, what else do you do with things? And I said, well, I like to repurpose things. And so after watching Lara Spencer for a while with Flea Market Flip, I said, you know, I can do that. I can take that right there and make that into something. And that's what I did. I started making things. About 3 weeks later, I went back to see this lady and she said, what would you like to have today? I'm giving these things away free. I said, I want to make a coffee bar. Okay, well, you can have this piece of furniture right here. What did I do? Got an old 1900s antique, beautiful little weathered dresser and took that home, sanded it, painted it, turned it into a coffee bar. It's the most gorgeous thing in my kitchen right now. That's kind of how I got my start. I ended up being on a Facebook site that is called HGTV Flea Market Flip. A lady named Claire Cairo, she is the one that started that site, and she has over 2,000 members. I hope I can get all 2,000 of you to join on board to watch my show for however long I can continue to do the show. I want you to be a part of it. I want everyone to give me ideas, and I want to be able to give you ideas. So thanks to Claire, this is where I started. I became Rising Star, and I started my own television show, and I started flipping things. I started making stuff. One of my first things that I did that I flipped was a gentleman was giving away a laundry hamper. It was just a square box. I have pictures of that. I will include that. I took that thing and I said, you know, I went to a little country store and I asked a lady, you know, hey, you know, do you like going to yard sales? We started talking. I said, well, that was HGTV's Flea Market Flip Rising Star off of Facebook. Oh, really? I watched that show. I said, yeah. She says, do you think you could make a toy box? And I said, I have the right thing. Bing! So, I did. Took this white little hamper, spray painted it a pop of royal blue, kind of close to the color of my shirt. She fell in love with it. That was my first sale. That was my best sale. That was great. That made me want to continue. Well, along with that, I met another woman who was over at the landfill not too far from me. And anyway, she was giving some things away. And so I saw something and I asked her if I could have it. And she said, sure. We made friends. Well, she started to tell me about her story. I said, let's get together. She said, okay, next weekend, let's talk. So we didn't have any more time to talk. I went to her house, and I'm not kidding. She actually became more than a flipper. Until she had surgery, and up until she had surgery, she was taking items that she found on a daily basis at the dump, and she was packing and hoarding and packing and hoarding. She has 4 huge barns filled with things that she has told me, Jackie, since I can't do this anymore, I would like to donate all of my wares to you. I want to see your show successful. I want to see you become a flipper. So I'll continue to go, and I will continue to get more items for you. Well, now I have so much stuff, it's not funny. It's amazing what I've gotten. But I've been meeting people along the way who they tell me that I have things I'd love to give to you. I've met a demolition man who owns his own company, maybe about an hour north of me. And he gave me his card and he said, please stay in touch with me because I throw thousands and thousands of dollars of items into dumpsters. And I've had all kinds of stuff that needs a home. If you're interested, I'll be glad to send you pictures. And if you want to pick it up, you can have it. That's where it started. I've gotten more and more people now who are giving to me. I also want to thank my handyman, Wayne Wells Construction out of Henrico County, Virginia. He has also supplied me with satellite dishes, and he's also helped put electricity into my old garage that I've now turned into my workshop. Very, very proud of this. Thank you so much, Wayne, for your help and your support through Facebook and friendship. And he's my mom's great handyman. Well, he's my handyman and a good friend now. I also want to thank my family for watching. I want to thank my family for supporting me, who've been trying to believe in me. Most of my family don't think that I can do anything, but guess what? I can, and I'm going to show all of you. So to make this happen, I'd like to tell you a little bit about what we're going to be doing on my show. Many of you have actually spoken to me privately through Facebook, and you have requested, hey Jackie, is there anything you can show me about glues and how to use glues? Sure, I can. Also, you can Google it. I just want you to know. I find a lot of things on YouTube, and here we are on YouTube, so you found me. Another thing, too, is about pop of color, how to paint, how to properly paint items between metal and wood, how to refurnish furniture, how to refinish furniture. How to take satellite dishes and turn them into bird baths. The proper glues, the things that you need to glue rocks to bird baths. You can make little yard pools for just about any animal, really, that needs a drink of water or needs a bath, needs to get clean. But so far, my birds are loving it. Another thing I've done is I've taken wine racks and I've repurposed them and turned them into things that you can use to put your towels in, especially in a guest bathroom. It looks wonderful to have a wine rack that's standing up that has hand towels. I also have some shuttered doors that I'm going to be taking those and turning them into corner spots for rooms. And so, one of the other things I like to do is I like to travel, and I'll be going to yard sales, and I'll be going to thrift stores, and I'll be going to flea markets throughout Virginia, and I'll be going to D.C., and I'll be going to North Carolina. I will do live video footage and upload it just as soon as I can. But I want to thank all of you for joining with me and being part of my show. And if there's anything I can do to help you, please hit me up. Please let me know you're a fan. Give me a like. Give me a thumbs down, whatever. But I'd like to at least give it a shot. And I really would like to continue this. And I'd like to make this something that's going to be purposeful for everyone involved. But as of today, we are now going to upload our first episode, which is an introduction upload, and I hope you like it, and I hope you'll watch, and I hope you'll continue to reuse, repurpose, and flip it.